Hey guys, welcome to our first 12-step Tuesday, where we're going to start working the 12 steps, originally from Alcoholics Anonymous, but we're going to adapt them, of course, for adult children of alcoholics. And as we do this, we're going to begin the process of setting ourselves free from the entanglements that our alcoholic upbringing has left on us, and begin to live the life that God has created for us to live and become the people that He has created us to be. Now, the step 1 in Alcoholics Anonymous says, admitted I was powerless over alcohol and that my life had become unmanageable. But for us, we're going to say that we admitted we were powerless over our alcoholic upbringing and that our lives have become unmanageable. Now, what does that mean when we say our lives have become unmanageable? What we're referring to here is our lack of control over the effects of being brought up that way. Obviously, it has affected us. It's affected our relationships, our ability to communicate. It's probably affected our perception even of God Himself. And so as we begin this process, we start a new avenue of healing. And if you've done this before, you may have done this before, you really can't do it too many times, because every time you do it, it brings a deeper measure of healing and new insight. And it's not so much about being powerless as it is about being truthful and honest about our story. So when we admit that we're powerless, what are we surrendering to God? Well, we're surrendering our parents' alcoholism to God, number 1. And we're trusting that He can heal it. And even if it happened in the past, or it was in the past, and maybe it's still in the present, depending on your situation. For me, it is in the past. I know that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He can go back into the past and He can heal that situation, any situation in the past. He's capable of healing my memories, and I'm surrendering those to Him and asking Him to heal them, each one at a time. He's capable of healing my fear, my loneliness, my sense of abandonment that I felt during those years, wondering kind of like, how was I going to get through life, because I only had myself to depend on. I didn't do too bad, but it was a little overwhelming at times, thinking that there was only me to depend on. He can heal all of the trauma that I experienced, the abuse, the neglect that I experienced. And He has absolutely healed that. He can heal my unhealthy behavior patterns that I adopted, because listen, I didn't come out just the angel doing everything right. I came out with some pretty unhealthy behavior patterns, a lot of selfishness, a lot of being demanding and controlling, perfectionism. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. So I'm surrendering that to Him as well. And I think most importantly, the biggest one for me is I'm surrendering the idea that if I just would have been good enough, if I would have just been good enough, I could have changed the situation. If I would have gotten better grades, if I would have behaved better, if I would have gotten a job earlier, if I would have kept the house cleaner, if I would have done any number of things better, I could have changed the situation and my parents wouldn't have been alcoholics. But that's not true. That's a child's fantasy to start with. That's not true. That wasn't mine to change. There was really nothing that I could do about my parents' alcoholism. So I'm surrendering that to the Lord. And along the way, there's a couple of scriptures that have become very near to my heart. The first one is Psalm 27, verse 10, where the psalmist says, "If my father and my mother abandon me, the Lord will take me up." Isn't that beautiful? And it says in the New Living Translation, "If my father and my mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close." So beautiful. What a comforting thought. Another verse that has brought me much comfort is Isaiah 40, verse 11, where Isaiah speaks about Jesus tending to his flock like a shepherd and gathering the lambs in his arms, holding them close to his heart. Also, that's so beautiful. What a comforting thought when you need comforting, to know that Jesus is there to comfort you. Now, one of the best ways to make the 12 steps kind of stick, so to speak, is to journal. If you journal about what you're feeling, it will become a lot more effective as you work the 12 steps. Don't edit what you're journaling. Don't try to make it look nice. Don't try to make it sound nice. Don't try to make it be what you think someone wants to hear, or even what you think God wants to hear. If you're unhappy with God, you can tell him. He's able to take it. He knows already if you're unhappy with him. It's not a secret. I got news for you. It's not a secret. He knows. He knows everything. So just journal how you're feeling and start that healing process of working through the emotions that you may have felt or still feel, or you may be in the process of healing, but work through those emotions that might be holding you back, might be interfering with your relationships with your family, your loved ones, your friends, and perhaps with that family member who still may be struggling with alcohol or drugs. You know, guys, the healthier we can be, the healthier we are, the better example we set for them. There's kind of a desperation about us when we want them so desperately to stop drinking or using or whatever it is that they're doing. And they can sense that, you know, we sense that in other people. And when you begin to focus on yourself and your own healing, something happens. It shifts. It just shifts. And they see it and they get it. And a lot of times the best example that we can give them is to get healthy ourselves. Now, if you like this video, please click on my free offer below. You will get a document that will help you surrender any situation you're going through or a person perhaps that you're struggling with. A 3-step process, very simple, to just start the surrender process of giving them to God and beginning that healing process. And you get a 20-minute discovery call with me where I can kind of walk you through that and help you with that. My email link will be in the description below, so you can reach out to me that way. And also reach out to me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a prayer request. I definitely will pray for you. And come back again, because on Friday, we're going to have Faith Forward Fridays, where we are going to be discussing a subject that affects most adult children of alcoholics. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be good. So thanks, guys, for checking in, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.